Dakri, and this is Bear to Watch Overreacts. And with the hat I'm wearing, you can tell where this is going. This is first show, so I want you to like, share, and subscribe. If you join on the channel right now, if you get it edited and you see it on my page, just give it a like, share, and subscribe. But this is going to be a good one. Bears Overreacts. Bears game, we started off well, and then we faltered at the end, and have to put it on the offense. Defense tried their best. First half held them mostly at bay. Second half, the offense only managed, I think, maybe a couple of three and outs, and that was on their, extended the drive and not being the three and out, only on their touchdown in the second half, the only touchdown in the second half. But for the rest of the half, second half, they had mostly three and outs. So that puts a lot of pressure on your defense, and you're not helping them out. Keeping their offense, the other team's offense down off the field. And I want to give a shout out to the Vikings who, played the resilient game, stuck in there, kept their head up, and their pretty much rookie quarterback who was injured all last year. So came out, and I believe he's a hometown native here of Chicago, and he did his thing. And Caleb and their offense is going to have to do better. And Ben Johnson, by being the coordinator who he came in as with the reputation, going to have to get it done. And more so than what they were doing in this first half was great, but they have to do it for the whole game. You know what I'm saying? So this is Bear to Watch. I'm your host, David Cree, and this is Bear to Watch. And we're gonna overreact on some things. I know it's the first game of the year, but we thought we had it in the bag, but Minnesota had different plans. You know what I'm saying? So me and my guys, we have a stream. We basically go back and forth, talking about Chicago sports, and in particular, as we start this football season, the Bears. So we started off basically. Oh man, we was ready to go. Are you ready for some football? Uh huh. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. My boy said yes, sir. Yes, sir. We started off good. It was a great start. Um, Touchdown. Yeah, we basically, one of my guys say, once Caleb loosens up, he's going to be nice to watch. I can see they got him a little tamed a little bit, and I did see it that he was a little bit robotic and wasn't letting everything loose like he normally do. He looked like he wanted to stay in the scheme of what Ben Johnson and the offense wanted to do. So I don't think he went outside of the box and did anything special just to stay within that realms of the offense. But he made some good throws, some great throws in that first touchdown drive. Um, but he needs to continue to do what he's doing in the first half, carry that over into the second half, and make it happen to bring it home to win. So then one of my boys chimed in, because he's a big Trojan fan, USC, and that's where Caleb is from. And he followed Caleb around and basically, and he was ecstatic and excited when the Bears drafted Caleb Williams. So, but he's back, my boy. He's back on the Bears. He says basically Caleb is the guy. So, and I believe him. And he just have to do some growing up, because he has been going through a few growing pains here in Chicago already, going through all those coordinators and head coaches. So we have to give him the benefit of the doubt, but he have to get better. Off of this game. My boy said Caleb, he got the 3 second clock in his head. That's why he's hitting all the short plays. But once you let him loose, he's gonna make some plays. And I think that's what the problem is. He don't want to let loose. He want to please the coaching staff, show them that he's coachable, and do it their way. But it's going to be sometimes he's going to have to break script and make some positive plays. But when he do break script, it can not be any negative plays. He have to make them special. And basically I can say If it works, he can add on, as you said, loosen up a bit and trust the process. But once he trusts the process, he'll be great, and he's just gonna have to, take it game by game, loosen up here and there. Every game it's going to get a little bit easier, and game's going to slow down a little bit more, and he's going to be able to hit those throws. But he missed out on a couple of touchdown throws, a couple of passes that could have been big gainers, but he missed. But that's the progression of him maturing. And then basically we just went out through now the first half. We just going into the second half. At the end of the first half, there was not much to talk about. But then in the second half, we had some defense to show up. Oh, what's that in the first half? That could have been the first half. I may be off a little bit. I do apologize. But we have to say, Bears need to tighten up the ship. I know it's the first game. I know we have some things to still work out, but it's looking like the same thing, as last year and the years previous. It's not good. At 17 points on offense with all the guns and all the weapons that we have, it's not going to work. But I'm your host, David Dockery. Thank you for joining in. Hopefully Bears get better for next week. But this week, they laid an egg. At the end, they lost it. But better luck next game. I believe we have the Falcons, so we'll see. Hopefully this is the year we don't say as we normally always say, but maybe next year. I'm your host, and I'm out. Peace out.